Welcome back, YouTube. We're going to do a Philly cheesesteak today, and I'm going to cook it on the griddle. These are the ingredients. Now, this is not the original way that they made the Philly cheesesteak. Pat's King of Steaks, which is located in Philadelphia. Pat Lowry, I think I'm saying that name right. He invented the Philly cheesesteak in 1930. And then its rival opened right across the road in 1966. So about 30-some odd years later, Geno's opened. But the original was Pat's cheesesteak. And the original came with or without onions and cheese whiz. So that's the original way that the cheesesteak was made. And then it's also made with shaved ribeye, which we have here. And these are the ingredients. These are the way we like ours. This is not the original way, but this is the way we like ours. So we've got Swiss and provolone. And we generally put 2 pieces of it each because we like them real cheesy on our sandwich. And then fresh mushrooms that we marinate on the grill. 1 chopped onion, and then shaved ribeye. And we also need to use clarified butter. It's important for clarified butter because it has a higher smoke rate than regular butter. So clarified butter, and then beef bouillon, which I take and just use a little bit of it, about a teaspoon, in a cup of water, and that's just something to kind of steam the meat a little bit. And we put Lowry's seasoning, a little bit of that on it, and black pepper. And that's how we make ours. And so I got everything ready to go here, and I'm going to stick it all on the griddle and see if we can't make us a couple of Philly cheesesteaks. So just stay tuned for that, and next thing we'll be out of the griddle. Well, YouTube, it's a cold, blustery day here in South Carolina. It's about 46, rainy. Perfect day for cooking some Philly steaks. Now, one thing I didn't mention, I'll get the griddle up to, I'll just put it all on high, then I'll cut it down. I'll keep this side over here just warm for moving stuff over once it's done. And I take olive oil, grapeseed oil, because it has a good flash point, don't smoke easy. And I'll just pour some of that on there and spread it all around. Make sure you get enough of it. Just spread it all around there. Like that. Now I'm just waiting for the temperature to come up. Cook it at about 350 or 400. It don't take long, but I'll put on my mushrooms and my onions first. Just let them saute. Then I'll put my steak on, because the steak don't take long. You don't want to overcook your steak. That's a major thing. Don't overcook your steak or it'll come out dry and tough. And so I think that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and start with the onions. And this is when I like to put on the clarified butter. And I'll just use a tongs, dip some out. And we just use regular soft hoagie rolls. I like the softer hoagie rolls. I don't like hard bread too good. So, got them good now. And the grill's nice and hot. So I'm just going to turn the grill down to medium heat. And doesn't take long to saute these things. Go ahead and get the mushrooms on. Fresh mushrooms. Not that much. Add a little clarified butter to that. And you also want your onions just have a little crunch to them. So you don't want to cook them so much until they're just, you know, real soft. You want them to have a little crunch to them. So that's about right there. So I'll just scoot these over to the low side of the heat. Keep all them warm. Come on over here. And I add the Lowry salt to them, and then I add cracked pepper to them to the steak. I don't put it on the vegetables, I just put it on the steak. And you don't need to overpower it with the Lowry salt or the pepper, especially if you're using a good cut of ribeye. And using a good cut of ribeye, a lot of the flavor comes from the ribeye. And again, you want your mushrooms done, but you don't want them overdone. This is pretty easy to do. This is one of the easiest things to do, I think, when you're cooking a fillet. And a lot of it matters. It's called drip factor. How much does the sub drip when you take into a bite of it? The more it drips, the better. So that's why, besides getting the steak good and done, I put that beef broth on there. I'll mix all that together and then put all that cheese on there. And when you bite into it, you need a little drip. That's the key. So, the mushrooms look about good. I'll just mix all this up together. Mushrooms and the onion. Mix all that up. Shove it over here to the warm side so it don't overcook it. And it's about time for the meat to go on. Like I said, I don't know if you need to use this much meat. It's a pretty good bit of meat, but we just use shaved ribeye. So this is a pretty good amount of meat. It's actually a lot of meat. So, meat on there. Go ahead and give it a few shakes of Lowry. Just depending on your taste, how you like it. Put a little bit on there. A little bit of cracked pepper. Go to clarified butter. A little more grapeseed oil. That was good, y'all. That was real good. Now just pour a little bit of this beef broth on there. Get it good and steaming. That adds a little flavor. Cooks it and gives it the drip factor. Alright. Got that going good. This is the rolls that we use. Marty's hoagie rolls. They're real good. Take a couple of them. You know what, I'm going to put one more on here because this might be more than this 2 serves. Break these open and you want to get a good little crust. Good little crust on your bread. Not too much, but so. A little more clarified butter for the rolls. Put them on there. That's about all you need on your rolls. So you just set these off to the side. I'm going to get a paper plate. See there? Nice. Got a couple more. Steak's looking good. Almost done. Now what I do is I kind of portion it out a little bit. So that's about enough for one, about enough for two, about enough for three, and get that done. I'll go ahead and throw my vegetables on there. Alright, got that on there. Time for the cheese. I'll go ahead and cut this off now. Alright, like I said, there's like plenty of cheese on ours. So, a couple pieces of swill, a couple pieces of provolone, and this is the tricky part. Getting them all on here without spilling them everywhere. And this right here. I'll just throw some of this on here. This is all extra. Won't go to waste. You can be sure of that. And now I'll just take the extra and throw it on this plate. So there it is, YouTube. Philly steaks the way we make them. I'm just gonna, we would like to do ours. Make sure you get all the juicy goodness on there. Fold it over. Cut it in half. There we go. Now, with this, Renee's going to cook some asparagus. We got onion rings in the toaster. Good. So, there's how we do our fillet steaks, y'all. If you like the video, find it informative, entertaining, hit that like and subscribe button for me. It's very encouraging when you do that. And be kind to each other. See you next time.